for a little bit. All my settings get messed up. Is it a horse, a turkey, a shrew, or a lion? So, you know, the bad guys in the Jurassic Park films, how actually big were they? That's a bit better. Okay, let's have a look and see. Sorry, I'm just going to... 194 of you answered. 77 of you only got this right. They weren't actually that big. They were only about the size of a turkey. Bet you didn't know that. So we get bonus points. Sorry, I know I'm a bit stop-start, but because I did my live shows, it has messed up all of my settings for my online. So I'm just going to get them all right, and then we'll get cracking. There we go. That's better. Quickest people to answer right get some bonuses. CLA, Ray Lenton, and PJ Luke. And there's a few new people in there. All right. Okay. Who was the US president in the year 2000? Was it George Bush Sr., Bill Clinton, George Bush Jr., or Barack Obama? So one of those was US president in the year 2000, but which one? Okay. I just need to rearrange. Everything's been messed up. Okay, 95 of you got this right. It's good old Slick Willy, as they call them, because Americans just don't understand how that sounds. JJ is another new person. We've got new people getting bonuses here, and there's no sign of Max. There could be new winners. Could there be new winners? All right. Put these countries in order of the Eurovision wins from least to most. Ireland, Italy, Spain, UK. So we want from the least to the most orders of Eurovision wins. Remember, you have to press enter after you sort. If you're new to this, you need to press enter after you sort. Okay, everybody's in. But who was quickest to get it right? So we wanted Spain, which I think has 1. Italy has 2. UK has 5. Everyone thinks the UK have never done well in it. They always do well, just not recently. And Ireland are joint top with Sweden with 7. Oh, hold on. That's gone a bit mad. Okay. Huh. Something has gone horribly wrong here. That's better. Who won gold in the men's ice hockey at this year's Winter Olympics? Okay, it was the USA. Sorry, I know I'm like stuttering and stuff, but my my settings have gone absolutely mad here. Absolutely mad. And you might not see it on your screen too much, but my screens have gone completely bonkers. But anyway, America won, much to my chagrin. I lived in Canada for a while. I was kind of hoping the Canadians would win it. But quickest ones, Cheyenne, well done. Eric and Rose, who's a huge ice hockey fan and didn't just completely guess that. All right, hopefully back on track now. There we go. In the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, what is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? Remember, for numbers, you have to press a number and then submit it. You have to enter it. So what is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? So they got a computer, built this mega computer and asked it this. It took hundreds and hundreds of years to come up with the answer. But what answer did it give? So it the Twitch link. I'm called Bones Giles on Twitch. So if you find me on there, you can find me. It is 42. 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. The quickest to answer it was, of course, Shells. Dan, another regular. We do like that. We like our regulars answering. Oh, that's gone mad. Something has gone. This thing just keeps going horribly wrong. Okay. I'm going to stop messing around with this now because it's just driving me crazy. Alright. Next up, which of these is a card game? Craps, Hazard, Whist, or Go? So which one is cards? Hold on, did you get 42 on a pure guess, Fadafti? Because if so, that is outrageous. as an American, you're also rooting against American hockey. Well, I think anybody who makes up a thing about being a miracle on ice when they're one of only 3 countries that really take the game seriously needs to be constantly cheered against. But anyway, whist is, of course, crops, and hazard are dice, and go uses counters. Okay, bonus points. Pickled onions is back. Teddy Ruxpin and Leah Pepper. See, the regulars are getting back in now. They know what they're at. Okay, what's element number 1 on the periodic table? So there's your science question. What is element number 1 on the periodic table? All right, for those of you who needed a guess, we needed the first letter. We needed H for hydrogen, of course. All right. Theatre. Hold on. It's not half of theatre couple. It's the theatre couple. Are you both here? Amazing. Absolutely love it. They're normally half. Normally one of them's away. But Matthew and Shane in there. Okay. Which of these flags doesn't have a star on it? Which of these flags doesn't have a star on it? Somalia, Honduras, Guinea, or Vietnam? Some of them have more than one star. We just asked a star question in the chat about the Bible, but this one, it's Guinea. It's just a tricolour. Honduras has 5 on it. Somalia is blue with a white one, and Vietnam is red with a yellow one. Rose absolutely smashing that in. Dylan B. And Max is here. Hello, Max. All right, in ancient Rome, which of these was used as a mouthwash? Olive oil, fish sauce, boiled pig fat, or Portuguese urine? You can't forget about the live. Victoria, that is outrageous. I even posted a video to remind you. All right, which of these was used as a mouthwash? Weirdly, they used to import tons of this stuff because apparently it was more potent from Portugal. It was wee-wee. The ammonia in it was a good way to whiten your teeth. Yeah, I know. Very unpleasant. But hey, what can you do? Right. Bonus points. CLA, Nathan Co. and Pickled Onions. All right. Which fashion house makes Eros, Blue Jeans and Bright Crystal fragrances? These are an absolute nightmare for a quizzer because there's a never-ending stream of celebrity and other perfumes, and it's really hard, and a lot of them don't follow any pattern, and it's really, really difficult to keep track of them. Blue Jeans has been around for a very long time though, so if you don't get that, we needed V for Versace. Portuguese, yeah, Portuguese P. Pardon. And Max with that bonus there. Shirley and Chris 28. Well done. All right, end of round 1, and Sandy is top. There you go. Max is awesome. Of course, is right up there at the top. Tanuki Twits. Is that Tanuki, like the raccoon thing in Mario? Nigel F. Billington Bard. Matthew Shirley. JJ Tiger. Kesh for Glory. I do like an Irish pun. Coco. Dara Ennis. God, I didn't even know I was playing. South Enders. Sam and Jen. Farmer Queen is here. Pickled Onions. Craig. PJ Lucan. And Luke and Ellie making the top 20. Right. Your score, -2. Could be worse. It could be worse. Right. Round 2 is the theme round, and this week it is Cowboys and Indians. If we're all ready, let us roll in. Okay, which movie did John Wayne get his Best Actor Oscar? Was it The Quiet Man, The Searchers, True Grit, or The Alamo? 88 and cooking dinner, Carol. You see, that's kind of multitasking that we like. Very late to be cooking dinner, though. Very late. Okay, so which one did he win his Best Actor Oscar for? It's the only one that he was genuinely brilliant in, to be fair. The remake wasn't quite as good, I don't think. It was still a good movie, but the original's a classic. True Grit. And Rose guessed her way to that because she's never watched a John Wayne movie. You know I'm right. There you go. Right. Who has the record for the most runs in Test cricket for India? Rahul Dravid, Sunil Gavaskar, Sachin Tendulkar, or Virat Kohli? So who has the record for the most Test runs in India? For India. It's not even close. He's got so many. I think it's like over 13,000, something mad like that. Sachin Tendulkar. Shell Stan, CLA, and Nigel F. Okay, the Battle of Little Bighorn was fought in which modern day US state? We want the first letter here. The Battle of Little Bighorn was fought in which modern day US state? Okay, how many of you got this? It is M for Montana. If you went for South Dakota, that's bad luck. That's Wounded Knee, the other big famous battle. And if you ever want to remember, I always remember Wounded Knee makes you kneel down. South is down, so it's South something, South Dakota. That's how my mind works. Weird. Theatre couple, Ames and the Not So Dark Destroyer. All right, Pocahontas is buried in which country? USA, England, Cuba, or Canada? So, which country is Pocahontas buried in? Weirdly, it's in England. And she came over, got sick and died. She's buried in Gravesend. So if you think grave, where did she end? Gravesend in England. Pin 422. Interesting. Pickled onions and CLA. All right. Some people call me the Space Cowboy is a line from which song? The Ace, the King of Hearts, Clubs and Spades, or the Joker? Hey there, I was on call with you yesterday. Oh, Connor, how's it going? Nice to see you again. Hope you're enjoying the quiz. Sorry, it was very hard to hear you, by the way, yesterday. I was chatting to him. I mean, he was out on my nephew's 21st. But it was very loud. I'm glad I wasn't there. I'm too old for loud music. Right, this is the Joker. Great song. If you don't know it, have a listen to it. Philip Bagley, Leah Pepper, and Sandy with the bonuses there. Well done, very quick. Okay, the tallest statue in the world is of Sardar Patel. India's first what? Deputy Prime Minister, Nobel Prize winner, Emperor, or Hindu guru? The tallest statue in the world. It's actually massive. But what is it of? Sardar Patel, he was India's first Deputy Prime Minister and a major figure in their independence. Jamie 7, Levi and Rose with the bonus there. Well done. All right. In Toy Story, what is the name of Woody's? That should be Woody's horse. Lasso, Scout, Bullseye, or Thunder? Woody, I've got a snock in my butt. Yeah. I really should proofread these better. But, you know, would the chase sack you if I lost too many shows? Oh, I'm not real. I'm CGI. All right. He was in Woody's Roundup. It is Bullseye. Samuel P, Shells, Dan, and Eric. Shawadi Woody. Nice. Love Toy Story when you were younger. I love it now. I think it's great. I saw the trailer for the new Toy Story and it looks brilliant. I'm definitely going to go see it. All right. How long did the gunfight at the OK Corral last? 30 seconds, 16 minutes, 2 days, or a week? So loads of movies have been made about this, but how long did it actually last? Ride like the wind, Bullseye. Yeah. Great. So how long did it last? Wyatt Earp and all those lads. Like many things with men, they exaggerate how long it lasts. It was all of 30 seconds. Because they were shooting each other. It doesn't take that long. Right, there's a new Toy Story. Yeah, Toy Story 5 is out in a month, sometime in April. Han Solo's back. Robbie C and Quizzy Right, what was the name of the Lone Ranger's horse? Right, this is fairly famous. So what was the name of the Lone Ranger's horse? Do I like Gladiators? Is that like the Airplane movie? Do you like Gladiator movies? If you don't get that reference, watch Airplane. Okay, it is Hi-ho, Silver, and away, Silver. Sandy, Levi, and Chris. History is not your forte. That's not history, it's pop culture. Okay. Who ordered the Taj Mahal built? Was it Jahangir, Babur, Shah Jahan, or Khal Drogo? Only know this because of the horrible Johnny Depp movie. I actually didn't mind the Johnny Depp movie. I thought it was alright. Stupid but fun. Alright, they're all leading men of the Mughal Empire, except for Khal Drogo, of course, he's fictional, but it was Shah Jahan built it for his favourite wife. Marie, Rose, and lifelong jealousy. Right, end of round 2, and parity is being restored. Sandy has dropped down. Chris is up at 250s, and JDC. There's a tight knit group for second and third, but Max has taken the lead as per usual. The rest of you need to get your act together. Alright, let's scroll down and see if there's any weird names. Theatre couple have taken a bit of a dip, but that's alright. Happy 18th, Megan. Okay, there you go. Just the two of us. Well, most people are only doing it on their own. Smart Cookie. Turbo Trap is back. Owen and the Rents. Are you playing with your parents? Brilliant. Love it. That's a solid top 100 for Rose so far. Don't worry, she will absolutely drop like a stone as always. OJ Not a Simpson. Beans Dazed and Confused. Sander Clegane is here. The Hound. Love it. Not so Dark Destroyer. Joey doesn't share points. Well, you don't have too much to share, Joey, to be fair. Maddie and the Grey Sox. That sounds like a brilliant indie band. Saucepan Man. I like that. I don't know why, but I do. Norwegian Chef. Swedish Chef's angry brother. Rion Davies here. No Clue Crew living up to their name. Jim Bob back again. Morgana Pendragon is here. Oh, wow, someone from the King Arthur Chronicles. All right. How are we doing down the bottom? Black Widow. Not ideal. Not ideal. Right. Let's move on to the next round. This is the eliminator round. So, for those who haven't played this before, you start off with 6 options. Wrong answers disappear one by one until there's only 2 left. But the quicker you answer, the more points you get. Okay, so what did Courvoisier make? Is it luggage, farm equipment, carpets, knives, brandy, or hot sauce? What did Courvoisier make? So, very famous brand this. They've been going for quite a long time. But what did they make? Courvoisier make brandy, of course. Sandy and Max with the bonuses there. Well done. Alright, what metal was most commonly used for light bulb filaments? So in the old days, incandescent bulbs. What metal was most commonly used? So which one do you think? Well, it's the element, weirdly, well not weirdly, probably appropriately, with the highest melting point. It's tungsten. Teddy Ruxpin. They don't even really make them anymore. It's really hard to get incandescent bulbs because they cost a fortune to run. They blow all the time. Okay, which of these video consoles has sold the most console units? So it's the most in history. So which of those has sold the most units of the console itself, not games? $5,200 It's something ridiculous like that, Suze. I don't know what it is, but it's something really high. All right, it's really far out ahead because it became a Blu-ray player. That's one of the main reasons why it sold so well. It's PS2. Lifelong Jealousy, Levi and Marcus. The boss there, well done. Okay, in what year did Netflix launch its streaming service? Now, it was a DVD postal service, but its streaming service, when did that launch? So it actually was posting DVDs out in the 90s, but when did it start streaming? I'd say quite a lot of people were confidently going for 2011, but it's actually 2007. They've been going a long time. Jamie, Levi, and Kirby. Well done. Okay, who has the most lines across all episodes of Friends? So who speaks the most lines if you add them all together? Anybody who was, I don't know if it's out yet. This was related to a question I did on the Tension podcast, which I did recorded a little while ago. Should be out soon. All right, out of these, should be obvious. It's Rachel. Ross was close second, I think. Okay. Leah Pepper quickest there. And what would you most likely do with a zloty? A zloty. Drink it, eat it, wear it, spend it, read it, sleep on it. Okay, if you're in Poland, you spend zlotys. All right, Teddy Ruxpin, very quick in there. Well done. All right. Who is Anthony Albanese? So who is Anthony Albanese? He's a big name, but what does he do? So is he in fashion, or is he a Prime Minister of Australia? He is the Australian Prime Minister. CLA again, you're getting a lot of these very quick. I'd say this is going to be a good round for you. Nathan Coe and Sam 7497. Okay. Acer is a scientific name for what genus of tree? So what type genus of tree? That's a very badly phrased question. I think I put what type of tree, but then I put down that's actually technically a genus. My bad. That's badly worded, but you know what I mean. Which one of these is Acer? Having a proper shocker today. That'll happen. We'll do it again next week. You'll pick it all up. All right. They're the name of a Canadian company that makes computers. They're Maple. Acer Saccharum is sugar maple. CLA again. Oh, wow. That's very quick. Well done. All right. The tallest mountain in Europe is in which country? So where is the tallest mountain in Europe? Oh, this is a little bit of a trap because a lot of people think that Mont Blanc is the tallest mountain in Europe. It's not. It's the tallest mountain in Western Europe. Elbrus is in Russia. It's in the... I don't guess it's in the Caucasus, is it? No, it's not. It's in the Urals. Wisdom. Jamie 7 and Nigel F. Okay, which of these is the oldest? So which of these is the oldest? They're all Marvel Cinematic Universe actresses, but which one is the oldest? Oh, that made it a bit easier. So she is a little bit older than Natalie Portman. She's 47 or 48, I think. Zoe Saldana, and it's only young, so couldn't be her. Reynolds, well done. Antonia and Hanksy. Okay, end of round 5, and Max is still top because you know what? He's consistent. But I told you, I saw it coming. CLA had a cracking round there. Lots of early answers that were right. Very well done. I think a few people jumped up quite a bit there. Sandy dropped away a little bit. Probably not the greatest. But JDC just absolutely smashed that. So some good, some bad. Some people have fallen away, and quite a lot of people doing very, very well. All right, we'll move on to the next round. This is the gambling round. So this is where it all goes wrong, particularly for Carol. This is usually where she goes nuts. So you can gamble points. I will give you the topic, and you can go 0, 10, 20, or 30 points. If you get it right, you win that many points. If you get it wrong, you lose that many points. A lot of people just go way in, 30 on everything, and it all goes horribly wrong. Let's have a look, see how you get on. The first question is on photography. That's the topic. So how much do you want to bet on photography? Gamble it all, says Heidi. Classic. Yeah, if we could share the life, if we get more people doing this, if you fancy sending me a gift, this actually costs me money, but don't worry if you can't. If you fancy giving me a follow, that'd be even better, because that's the reason why I do this. I do it to entertain you guys. I like doing it, but I want to get more followers. I'm trying to get up. I've nearly got 250,000 followers, so I'm aiming to hit that mark fairly soon. Right, everybody I think is in who's going to be in, so we will go with the question. What does the OR stand for in an SLR camera? Red, reflex, right, or reference? Thank you for sharing the live, Courtney. Follow for a couple months. Oh, excellent, Dolly. Thanks for that. It's mostly aimed at the new people, but yeah. Okay, so it's a single lens reflex. Single lens reflex. How did you do? Did you lose a lot of points there? All right. Question 2 is adult animated series. This is not like, porn animated series. This is ones aimed at adults. Place your bets. Speaking of camera, your webcam flicker is terrible. It is. It's a terrible camera. It's a terrible laptop I have. I bought a really cheap refurb laptop because I've got a Mac and this software doesn't run on it. and I deeply regret doing that. I am probably going to buy a new laptop at some point. I just find it very hard to justify because literally the only thing I use it for is this. So yeah, it's rubbish. It's absolutely rubbish. I'm with you. Okay, is everybody in? We got 222. We got three little ducks playing on this question. What is Klaus in American Dad? Is he an alien, a goldfish, a computer, or a Russian agent? So how are we doing with this? Klaus. Well, technically he's a human in a goldfish's body. German ski jumper, I think, or something like that. All right. Question 3 is on Irish authors. Place your bets. You knew the answer and clicked the wrong one. Yeah, and there's no backsies. You can't go back. Okay. We had 222 last time. Have we lost anybody? Anybody want to take place your bets right with 222? We give you 3, 2, 1. Answer is James Joyce. The answer is rarely James Joyce. Who wrote the novel Normal People? Roddy Doyle, Angela Scanlon, Sally Rooney, or Colm Tobin? So, it was made into a very successful TV show. And she followed it up with Intermezzo. It is Sally Rooney. Colm, good lad. Colm Tobin is a good lad. He wrote one book called The Magician, which is absolutely excellent, I have to say. Question 4. There's another one that for Rose that'll know the answer to it. It is Pixar movies. Place your bets. Just buy a cheap USB. I've actually reached a point where, because my HDMI port on this doesn't bloody work, I've got docks and my mic and monitors and everything. I don't have a spare USB slot. It's an absolute train wreck. I need a new laptop. But yeah. Right, everybody's in. Which of these is not one of the emotions in Inside Out 2? Disgust, pride, ennui, and embarrassment. This class reminds you of being in school. You like being reminded of being in school. Fair play, Aidan. Once do. So which of these is not one of the emotions in Inside Out 2? Okay, they're all in it. Ennui is my favourite. She just lies on the couch being French and bored. It's pride. Pride is not one of the emotions. Right, question 5 is musical instruments. Place your bets. It's called Make and Do What You Have. It's called being a bit cheap, Courtney, to be honest, because I didn't know whether this would take off and whether I'd be bothered doing it, so I didn't want to shell out a lot of money on a laptop. I kind of need to get a better one. I just wish I could get the software to work in on my Mac, because I've got a MacBook that I got when I was in the lab, and it's actually a really good one. Seems wasteful, but there you go. All right. Oh, crap. Okay, we've gone back to a question from last week. This did not save properly. Whoopsie. Sorry about that. Well, it wouldn't be one of my quizzes if there wasn't a mistake in it. So there we go. Huh. Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. So you've had a random one. Elizabeth Moss paid it. That's one from last week. There's been a glitch in how I've saved this. So this is going to be weird. The next one will say medical terms. It's not medical terms. Okay, ignore that completely. This is musical instruments. I don't know what I did there. I did something backwards. But anyway, place your bets on musical instruments, all right? I must have missaved it or something. Skipped onto the wrong one. Good thing you aren't paying for this. 30 points on this. Right, musical instruments. Is everybody in? Right, next up. To which instrument family does the balalaika belong? String, brass, percussion, or woodwind? So this was the one that should have been previous, but we won't hold it against me, seeing as this is free. Okay, everybody get your answers in. Right, 115 if you got this right. It is. Looks a little bit like a lute or a mandolin. It's in the string family. Okay, question 7 is on words. And not the Boys Own cover of the Bee Gees song. Actual words. Place your bets. Right, what are we going to go for? Indian guitar. I thought it was Russian. Balalaika. I thought it was Russian. I think the Indian one is likely to be a sitar. Okay, everybody's in. Last chance. Right, let's go. What does loquacious mean? Does it mean lazy, hungry, toxic, or talkative? Loquacious. You can run Windows on your Mac. I can, but I'd have to. I've got some problems with that, which I will go into, but yeah. Okay, it is talkative, loquacious. I am loquacious. I never stop talking. All right, question 8 is on second largest cities. Please place your bets. So the reason why I don't do it on my Mac is because I bring this on tour with me, and I really don't want to bring my my work laptop, which has a lot of sort of sensitive information on it, and I write my books on it and all sorts of other stuff with me when I'm traveling around like that. I have to log it into dodgy networks and all sorts of other stuff, so I really want to keep a separate machine for it. I know that sounds possibly a bit paranoid, but I am a bit paranoid about it. All right. Tartu is the second largest city in which country? Finland, Estonia, Latvia, or Lithuania? So Tartu. Okay, this only has one really big city in it, and that's Tallinn. So we're going to Estonia this time. Okay, question 9 is on American geography, USA geography. Place your bets. Better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, but safe then sorry is funny, but yeah, safe than sorry. I'm just a little bit paranoid. Okay. Is everybody in? Okay, and let's go. Brown University is in which US state? Rhode Island, Connecticut, Delaware, or Maryland? What do you think? It's one of the Ivy Leagues. You know, the Ivy League was originally an athletics thing. It was a competition about them doing athletics against each other rather than an educational stuff. Yeah, but this one is in Providence in Rhode Island. Question 10 is on football. Place your bets. That's where Brian Griffin went. It is where Brian Griffin went. It's a great way to spend a Sunday night. It is, isn't it? It's a bit of a laugh. Just don't take it seriously. That's the main thing. Foosball. No, doesn't matter how you know them, Rebecca. It doesn't matter how you know them. Right, we have our 3 little ducks. Let's go. What happens if a shot deflects off the referee and goes directly into the goal? Is it a goal awarded, a penalty awarded, a corner awarded, or a drop ball is given to the goalkeeper? Do I comb my hair with a toffee apple? No, I have got curly hair. If I comb my hair at all, it goes. I only comb it when it's wet. All right, this used to be that a goal was awarded. It used to be just that was it, but it's not anymore. The rule has changed recently, and it's a drop ball. It's a drop ball. Okay, end of round 4. Max is steamed ahead, so I think we're in a race for second here. Barron's a miracle. PJ Lucan, Teddy Ruxpin gone up. JDC fell away there. Antonia's right in amongst the Champions League places as usual. Some good people in there. Theatre couple having a solid showing. It's always good when there's 2 of them there. They get into the top 15. To keep pencils in their hair at work. When I used to do exams, I used to keep it in there, but that's been a long time ago. Actually, no, it wasn't exams. It wasn't work because I had short hair when I did exams. My mate Tom used to keep them in his hair like that. All right. Okay, time for the final round of the quiz. Hang on, I'm going to turn up the desktop sound because we want everybody to be able to